Shalom. Once again, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of GMS, all your brothers in the four corners of the earth that pushing the truth in sincerity and in truth. And you few sisters that is listening in silence and in diligence. Shalom. Now, I was looking at a video last night, actually, or yesterday, sometime yesterday, with Elder Amawan from GMS, New York main camp, and he was actually getting into, our, AI is actually changing the doctrine, and I was just meditating how close we is, to the famine of the word, it's so close, and people taking it for granted. We're very, very close, so with all that, what Isa is doing, Isa is, fulfilling the scripture, and that's one of the reasons the Lord said, he's gonna do away with Isa completely, because one of the things this man have done, this man have changed everything, pollute everything, because the scripture said in the book of Job, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? And this man, hey, we at the end, man. And now is not the time to give up. Now is not the time to lay back. But now is even the time of pushing more and more, like the scriptures say, seek the Lord 10 times more. And that is the spirit we're supposed to be in, seeking the Lord. Now, understand that every man is going through whatever they're going through, but hey, things are gonna get even worse, Hakim. As we go along on this walk, things are gonna get more worse. Prepare, like the elder said, our faith will be tested. Everything that we've learned, everything we preach, it ain't gonna be a cool thing to call yourself a man of the Lord if you're not a man of the Lord, because our faith is going to be tested. We're not saying the RFID chip, is to come, but the RFID chip is here. You watch it, all this prophecy that's going on. Now America go and get itself even more, more enemy. Which, these people like China, Russia, they're actually, looking at this man for who he is, which they know, but, the way they're acting is that, hey, time is short. World War III is in the air. The 6G that they're planning to roll out is the MOTB. So it don't look like we had long more in this bitch ass place, man. It don't look like we had long more in this place. Besides that, man, we need to get the hell up out of this place, man. There's too much of wickedness, and hey, had not been for the Lord, we would not be here. We would not be in here. And even be in our right mind, as the scriptures say, the Lord gave us what? A sound mind, so hey, all praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahawashi. So the famine of the word is coming. It's right there. AI changing up the doctrine. Well, he says using AI to change up the doctrine according to his algorithm, and because hey, that's to show you that even he says looking at our videos, man, because, and he's trying to upset the prophecy, but it can't happen. You know, and this is one of the reasons, you know, for starting with Apostle Tahar, he said that, hey, you know, that we believe that the elect is sealed, man. You know, the last set of elect, the men, women, and children that should come in, you know, they're gonna come in Jacob trouble. They're gonna come in, you know, because the scriptures say, in the days of thy power, the people shall be willing. You know, so the elect is technically, they're sealed already. You understand? I mean, they sealed before the foundation of the earth. You know, but on earth right now, you know, they heard the Lord's voice. You know, and they hear. You understand? Hey, we just waiting for this. I don't know why the F, you know, he says taking so long to push the MOTB, which we know is the Most High is doing what he's supposed to do. But hey, come on, get on with it. You know, like the song say, let's get it on. Yeah, get on with it, Esau. You understand? I can't wait to see, you know, Tutor running crazy up in the streets. You know, these military in the streets. You know, people, you know, dying because of famine, lack of bread. You know, houses being breaking in. You know, because these is the things happening, but hey, it's gonna happen on a more larger scale in the time of Jacob trouble. You see, and Trump is doing a good job. You know, and you know, I must say this since I talk about President Trump. You know, the Venezuelan them in America, you know, and around the world, you could see that they celebrate him. But understand, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So it's more likely that something worse is about to come, because Trump is, remember, these Edomites, there's no good in them, as the scripture tells in the book of Psalms 14. Alright? There is no good inside of them. Hey, Silakia, I know I'm not just paraphrasing scriptures because I'm driving and I only have one device that I'm using, you know. But the people in Venezuela, they're not thinking so. You know, one of the things that is going on in Venezuela right now is that before President Maduro was taken, he armed his civilians with weapons, right? And you see, these are things you're not hearing on the news. So because of the fact that he armed them with weapons, now there's chaos. There's a lot of crime going on in Venezuela right now. You understand? A lot of crime. And Trump said he's going to run Venezuela. Guess what he's going to do? Venezuela going to be the guinea pig of the RFID chip, man. Alright, the microchip. They're going to be the guinea pig, because these people literally, which is our people, which they're Israelite, they literally will do anything to get back to the life that they had before, which it would never go back so. It would never go back so. Alright? So anyway, let us see what's gonna happen. You know, we know what's gonna happen to the spirit Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but let us see how the devil's gonna, you know, do his thing. You know. Yeah, man, I just want to touch on that. That was on my mind. So I just wanted to put out there really quick. You know, I made it to the plantation. You know, anyway, with that, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem, Rukah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of James, all your brothers in the four corners of the earth that pushing the truth in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.